we haven't talked about Destiny a lot on this stream. I've made little side comments. We've complained about some of his behavior during the whole Riley, Grace, and Doe thing, but we've never actually made a video about Destiny. And I'll be clear why that is. I think Destiny's behavior is very similar to what I would see in abusive behavior, especially in domestic abuse relationships. What I mean by that is that there's been numerous times where another content creator has gone against Destiny, and what's happened is they have been either, one, incredibly harassed, or even forced off platforms in some people's cases. 1 time is an anomaly. 2 times is coincidence. 3 times is a pattern. Hey everyone. So, I don't know really what to say on this other than just to bring it up briefly and just kind of talk about it. Maybe tomorrow when we stream, I'll bring up more after I kind of watch the rest of this hippy dippy that's going over it. But as much as I can stand hippy dippy, Jesus. Destiny got banned off Twitch and no one knows why. Now, I don't want to copy everyone else, but it's kind of the same thing as I can't really sound off on why he got banned because I don't know. Now, what I will say, in echoing several people, is that he absolutely deserved to. Destiny does not deserve a platform. If you go on Twitter right now, you can see clips being passed around. These are not out of context. This is just what they have. But there is literally a thing, him talking about, I guess, Keffels' genitalia, and then, I guess, them making, asking if they should do the 41% jokes. Destiny at this point is just a reactionary. He's no different than Sargon of Akkad was. He's no different than a lot of individuals who do harm. He brings in an audience, which is why I think people like Dylan Burns and other folks let him on there. But I'll be really clear. My first interactions with Destiny were through Vosh's stream, and I thought he was okay at first. My favorite time where Destiny was online was actually his dual debate with Vosh against two Nazis, which was amazing, because tag teaming, they were really fantastic. Oh, Minerva Oceans, thank you so much for the tier 2 sub.
Oh, thanks.
Or tier 1 sub, excuse me, can't read. But the issue I have here is that Destiny over the last couple of years has started going through this pattern, and it's one that's been long-standing, but it's been getting worse. We talked about this in the video that got demonetized called The Destiny Cycle, where we talked about the idea that if you look at Destiny's behavior over several years, you can see that his activity mirrors, as a streamer, mirrors things on the abuse wheel. Now, that's not to say that I can directly kind of claim that he is abusive in the classic sense, though I would say with the new definition we got from the Cat Black discussion, I would say he actively engages in real online harassment and real online abuse.
Yep.
The activities of people like, willing to use and work with people from Kiwi farms, trying to dox people, talking about the 41% joke. This is not a person who in any way, shape, or form is in any way, shape, or form an advocate for us. I want to be really clear when I say that anyone who is a streamer is going to get angry. Sometimes chats are frustrating. Mine certainly was last. Zena and I had one was it last week where it was hard. Because it sucks when you're presenting something and your chat is asking 1,001 questions and you're not sure what to do and all that.
Well, and it's 200 people versus 2, right?
Yeah, right? But despite the difficulties of this job, the fact is that Destiny goes above and beyond this with such a level of vitriol and anger and aggression that is just not healthy to have in the space. Real quick, Pastel, I do see what you're saying because I left YouTube chat open like an idiot. Pastel Opal said, hey, this is my first time catching a stream. I'm a demigirl and you made me feel more secure in my identity. Thank you for that. You're very welcome. We love you.
Oh, that's cool.
Now I'm going to close YouTube chat. So if any other sweet things come in, Tiamat, just post them in the main chat. So we know that Destiny is not an advocate for us. We know that Destiny has actively tried every possible smear campaign to try to, validate his rage and the audacity of his ban, right? Now they're blaming Keffels for it because reasons. The simple fact of the matter is that people like Destiny are very much becoming untenable in these spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Because despite the fact that he's argued for things that I can agree with in the past, at this point he is so incredibly toxic, so incredibly damaging that I don't know what to do. Funny story is that, and I'm just going to share this as a side note to everybody. For those who don't know, recently we've been sort of moving away from other communities for a number of reasons. Most recently, the stuff that happened on Twitter about 2 weeks to a month ago. And while we're not really connected with other communities as much as we were previously, there is an interesting thing that happened. If you remember back, Demon Mama covered our video, The Destiny Cycle, on one of her streams. Now, I was fairly happy that Demon Mama did this. She is a larger streamer than us. That's helpful. But one of the things that was really frustrating is when she watched this, she actually didn't stay for our prescriptions. She just watched the first 3/4 and didn't actually stay for the prescriptions. They just ended it early. She just ended it early. That's fine. That's her prerogative. But Destiny ended up watching that clip of Demon Mama watching our video. Here's the level of unforgivable sins. So this was first posted on a highlight channel of Destiny's, right? So someone had a highlight channel. It felt purposeful. Yeah, it did. Just gonna call it for what it is. I have thoughts here. I'm not going to go into them on stream. But true. The issue here is that he not only went over it, but whoever made the thumbnail just left me in it. Because it had Destiny, it had Demon Mama, and then it had me with Zena cut out. So first off, you've now committed the original sin, which is ignoring my fucking partner.
Yep.
But apparently Destiny watched it and got bored because I had a mod go through it. Because I was like, I don't want to watch this. This is going to be him yelling about me. Or, and this is the thing I thought was going to happen. Yeah, it's Xeno Erasure. We're just going to call it that. It's Xeno Erasure. But apparently he watched it, and what ended up happening is him stopping, going on tangents about her tangents, and turning into this circularly insane thing where he got bored of her stuff. And I don't think he even got through most of it because her commentary was not to his liking, apparently, which, fair enough. They have a long-standing hatred. But he did exactly what I called. You guys don't understand how right I am about things. Fuck's sakes. Like, literally, and I gotta be clear on this, I literally said the day that Demon Mama covered this, so Destiny's gonna see this, and he's gonna fixate on Demon Mama and completely ignore us.
Yep.
And basically, what ended up happening is, I think the most he said is he wanted to talk to us. He barely got past our content warnings. Pussy.
God damn.
Demon Mama's been saying some weird stuff lately. You have no fucking idea. Cough, federal informant. So, yeah. I want to be really clear that not only is Destiny a toxic aspect in the sphere, but I also think that he platforms people like Nick Fuentes, Lauren Southern. Lauren Southern recently had to delete a tweet that was, let's say, not good. I would not talk to Destiny. Might talk to Vosh, not Destiny.
Destiny that is a trap.
That is a trap.
Did I want more psychic damage? No. The answer to that is just no. I don't need more.
Like, I need to show you guys this because it's really important to me. This is the person he platformed who deleted her tweet talking shit to a trans woman. So what it says here is, deleted a banger of a tweet to survive the mass report. We'll live to fight another day. Enjoy this time with all the censorship power while you can. We all know it won't last forever. Hugs. To which Emil, PCP enjoyer, E-boy email, who deserves all of the hugs and all of the hearts, harass them and I'll kill you. But in a game, Roblox, said the best comeback of all time. The only banger you've ever spawned was a mass shooting, Lauren. Dead. Rando account. Murdered. Lauren Southern today. Or whenever I got this clipped out, it was a couple days ago. Like, that just dead. Done. Gone. And he platformed this woman. This woman who told Keffels, and I know I'm saying Keffels' name a lot because Keffels' been involved in this stuff a lot, but like literally told Keffels, no amount of ratioing will make you a woman. Like, fuck you. Lauren Southern had to rebrand because being a Nazi wasn't cool anymore like it was in 2016. Now she's come back as a compassionate conservative, and instead of going after people with, slightly darker skin than her, now she's going after trans people because they're an easier go-to, much like the Republicans we talked about in the last fucking thing. Guys, I need you to understand this, is that this is the company Destiny keeps. And while he may have some progressive values, or at least progressive statements and arguments, we can't have people like this in the space. I'm serious. It's not okay. So here's the thing I want people to do. My request is that, first off, if you guys haven't seen the Destiny Cycle video, go fucking watch it.
Yep. That's a good one.
We worked way too hard on that video, not to mention the banger job Shalibity did on that trailer. If you like the opening to the Cat Black one, go watch that trailer. Shalibity put a bunch of work into it, and 500 people looked at it. Yeah, no,
I had to go be like, Jess, we gotta pull out the power and control wheel here. Like, I actually had to go get the visual aid. So. Yeah,
so not only go watch that again, if you have, and if you haven't, go watch it. But on top of that, if you haven't shared that with people, share it. Share it on Twitter. Share it on I want people to be aware of these arguments. I want you guys to get better at making your own arguments. I want you guys to be able to make clear and nuanced arguments about these things, because the thing is let me be really clear. Who have we talked shit about on the left? Come up with a list. Lily Orchard? A woman who thinks queer is a slur? Destiny, known abuser and rape apologist. RGR, a woman who said wearing a low-cut top and feeling sexy that day was a consent breach. And Cat Black, who demonstrated online abuse in the form of leaking the fact that she had sexted with another content creator and then made incredibly disparaging remarks against his dick. Can we be clear of the fact that, we don't just lash out at people? Yeah, which Demon Mama defended. I'm aware. No, I know it's off topic, but also, I agree.
Yep.
I have my thoughts. It's okay. We can't talk about them because I don't want to feed a certain farm. Oh, additionally, the vague posts, yeah. So, I need you guys to understand we don't just willy-nilly go after people. If you go back to the original video where Zena and I talked about RGR and Demon Mama, I started off trying to be as fair as possible to them. This was despite the fact that I was functioning on very little sleep and my partner was demonstrably ill with like gut issues and had to go to the hospital. And you'll notice if you watch the entire RGR saga, you'll notice that it slowly kept decreasing my level of charitability. Why? Because I tried to defend RGR, but she's undefensible. She can't be defended. We don't just lash out at people. This is the thing I think is really funny, is that when you agree with everybody, they don't have a problem. But when you don't agree and you're the odd one out, other lefties will jump on you because that's the way they bilk, content out of it. But the joke is that how many people have we actually jumped on? Vosh? We made basic disagreements with him, never attacked his character because I don't like doing that. And so far, we're, 2 for 3 as far as 4 against? 3 if you count what we were going to talk about tonight, but we'll do tomorrow? Like, this channel doesn't go after lefties just left and right because we don't want that. We want people to be built. We want them to be stronger. We want a more cohesive online left. Maybe not necessarily unified because that seems untenable. And I'm certainly not going to want to do a trans coalition of streamers anymore or people online because, no offense, but a lot of trans streamers kind of burnt that bridge with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to want to protect people who then have their fans coming and making really awful statements towards you. Our goal is always, and we'll talk about this at some point when we talk about like specifically our policy and our values values, but we always try to be fair. And I've tried to be fair to Destiny. That's why I didn't bring him up very much. I was also very much afraid of DGG, to be perfectly honest, because they're a hate group.
That's true.
Well, let us know tomorrow, Beyond Safe Words. We'll be here on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever attacked any, but, well, no. I'm going to say real quick. Lily Orchard, no, I went for blood, but that was defensive. And I'm going to say, actually, Sasha Ayad was defensive, too, because she was actively doing harm to trans kids. If I could yank that woman out of my profession, I would. Guess what state she practices in? It's Texas. Guess who just passed the laws in Texas? I swear to God, this shit is not made up. I need people to understand that there is a very real way in which we go out of our way to not attack people unless it's really, really necessary. I didn't go after Doomer Media until he started talking shit about my disorder. I was willing to leave him alone about the food stamp thing because it was just dumb and stupid and dumb. But yeah, I need people to understand that when I say this, I say it with all of the weight of us not doing this every single time, by us being fair to the people around us. Destiny should not be on any platform. Block him, block his fans, mute them, go away from them.
Also, there's a reason that we go mute, block, disengage, right?
Remember, as Zena has been doing the research on this, Twitter, YouTube, all of these things, their algorithms are set to focus on drama. They're made to create outrage because outrage drives engagement and engagement drives up ad revenue. There's no way with an ad-based system that it can't go towards an outrage-based economy. Do not get pulled in. Mute, block, disengage. If someone's a fan of Destiny, there is no discussion with them. We'll be talking about the Fortress arc tomorrow, but yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Our community is becoming an island. There's a lot of content creators I really love. And Jessie Gender was here earlier. I love Jessie. Jessie's great. Probably have disagreements, but she's fucking cool. I like her.
Right.
I also have a thing for geeky chicks, but just saying.
Yeah, the other thing is too is, did you have something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I was making sexy jokes. Go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, be very careful not to end up engaging in harassment instead, right? I know it feels like a time where like enacting some form of justice would be right here, and no, I'm still not for like massive online harassment campaigns. There's a reason we say mute, block, and disengage from it, right? Pull your attention away, go put positive things back in your life, and do other things that are good for you. And just, that person gets to be irrelevant. They get to deal with their own stuff on their own, okay? But there isn't just, like, mob justice isn't going to fix any of this.
Well, and to speak to the mob justice thing, and this is why I think Destiny's a really good teaching tool, is that Destiny is our retributive justice argument personified. Because it's never about rehabilitation. It's never really about actually like convincing the other person through good argumentation. It's through shouting them down on Twitter and then having to delete them all because they violated TOS. Like a bitch. Like, let's be clear. Like, that's an issue. If you have to constantly delete tweets because you're afraid of TOS because you know you did wrong, that's the act of an abusive person. Lauren Southern does that. There are tweets that are currently up on our Twitter of real fights with other people, real stuff that was difficult to go over, even up just a month ago. They're not gone. Why? Because I stand by them. I try not to delete anything unless I absolutely have to. But here's the problem, is that him being this representation of retributive justice is by definition why you don't do this, because it leads to witch hunts. It leads to groupthink. It leads to people feeling entitled and justified to do harm. I'm going to be really clear. If you feel like you're doing something and it involves the possibility of you doing harm, and it feels really good, like you feel justified, you feel zealous, you feel moral, stop. You are misreading that signal. And what you're doing is that catharsis of acting out and being aggressive because you feel like there's legitimate reason to do so. All you're doing is post hoc justifying your revenge arc. That's all it is. That's all it is. Beyonce Ifrit says, there's a concept I came across in my comps research called motivated ignorance. True. Can tell you about some situations that happened with that recently. But let me be super clear here. Like, Zena and I really want to like the online left space. And despite the fact that we've recently gotten burned by it, the fact is we still hold to our values. We're not looking to be retributive because it does nothing. I'm not a fan of the Bible, but turn the other cheek seems pretty good. Because acting retributively leads to no positive outcomes.
And there's no way to make it anywhere proportional or any way to actually like address the actual situation.
Yep.
Destiny has to address himself on his own. All of the randos on the internet are not going to be able to change that.
So, Destiny getting banned is a good thing. I don't know what it was for. It could be Twitch being unfair. It could be Twitch being, fair or just looking at everything. Honestly, for the rape apologia thing, that should have been enough in and of itself.
Yep.
Targeting a rando on frickin' Twitter and basically slut-shaming her and attacking her? What about the weird stalking of Vosh? What about... God, there's so many dramas that you can't even, you can't even catch them all because they go by too quickly.
Yeah.
We are trying to curb toxicity in our community. There is a really weird thing in the online left where there are people who argue just like Destiny and then don't think they do. Happens in our discourse channel a lot, where somebody will come in, they'll just basically make an I feel statement, or they'll make some kind of statement quickly, and then when they get challenged on it, they get butthurt. The thing is, we're trying to teach people how to do arguments properly and actually cite data and actually try to debate properly. I don't like the way the most debates in online stuff is happening. I don't like the way it goes down because I don't think it leads to any kind of large change in people's minds or their perspectives.
Yeah, if I'm pointing out behaviors on the power control wheel as I watch a debate, we've got a problem. That's not a good thing.
So yeah, I think that it's okay to really look out for toxic behaviors in spaces because some of the people that are in the online left, unfortunately, despite their values being one way, tend to behave in others. There are people out here who are acting in, like, I'll dare say it, cult-like behavior. They try to foster a cult-like connection with people, telling them their feelings or telling them what they should do or pointing them at their favorite targets. This stuff needs to stop. Destiny being gone is good, and I hope anyone else that's on his side goes with him. Including that blonde girl from the Hippy Dippy who is... I don't know how to say this without breaking TOS, but there is not a way... I actually don't know a way to say that without breaking TOS. Essentially just... There's no way she could suck harder. So... Yeah, these spaces are not safe for everybody, and we need to fix it. We need to change it. So, with that said, enough of me, talking shit.
That was a lot of talking shit.
I needed it.
Well, here we are. That's all right. Tomorrow, more stuff when Zena's feeling better.
So anyway, we will see you guys in the next one. All right?
Yep.
If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, consider donating to us. You can support us on our website, transgirltherapist.org. You can also help us on our Patreon, link below, or you can become a member here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching.